Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art review series. And today we'll be checking out the work of. Let me try translating this first. Narpeson. Maybe that's accurate. We'll just say Narupeso here on X or Twitter. So they don't have a lot of work here, but I did find this, I believe. Well, it was this piece or this post that was recommended to me. And I think it's fan art of Demon Slayer, but the way it's drawn, like this is the kind of fan art to me, which is a lot more, well, not a lot more, but it's definitely unique, interesting, and it just hooks you in a bit more. I mean, yeah, some nice feet, some nice tits are great, but when you can see like the uniqueness of the artist, I mean, you can tell these are again Demon Slayer. Like this one, the Ahashira, right? I haven't seen the new film or the because it's not out yet. Well, maybe on theaters, but I'm waiting for the digital copy. I know I'm cheap, but and this one I believe it kind of looks like a demon. It looks familiar with the long white hair, but yeah, this sort of idea of doing fan art but in your own way. Like you can see the voice of the artist, and I think sometimes for fan art, even the ones that get super popular, they get the views because they look exactly like the character, which is obviously there's a point to it. Obviously, you want to make your characters look like the thing you're trying to reference, but oftentimes you can lose your specialty or your own voice. I think can get lost in that pursuit of doing this kind of thing, but if you can find like a nice balance of both, I think it's pretty cool. Now, if you look at their line work, I think it's mostly like a pencil line. It's a bit gray, a bit textured, like a pencil brush. I think they're using some kind of pencil brush. It's also quite light. I don't see a lot of hatching. I do notice that when they do render, it has like a watercolor vibe. I'm not sure if this texture comes from the brush itself or if they're using a photo texture of a watercolor like paper or something to, or as a layer effect, or they're putting it in some kind of layer mode to give this kind of effect. But I do like the consistency though. Pencil sort of lines, they're kind of scribbly, not too tight. You can see like the squiggly, like you can tell stabilization was not used, and then they pair that up with some watercolor rendering. And again, when they paint, they're not painting on top of the lines, they're painting under it, kind of like a typical watercolor style. So it has like that wash, transparent like effect. Interesting, they were able to create this like lighting effect for this like because I think she's supposed to reference or imitate like an insect or something. I do know she has like a very special sword, so I think she's weak, in that she can't really carry a full sword well. So she has her own specialized sword, and it's not even like, I think it's based on poison or something. So she's kind of the most unique one of the Hashira group. But very excited for the movie, by the way. I might just watch the cam version. I know I'm so desperate, but anyway. Yeah, I like this style. I'm not sure, did he have a crown? I don't think he had a crown last time I saw him. And even like what he's wearing, it doesn't seem as familiar. But if you look at the painting, do you see the brush strokes? Maybe a little bit in this area, but everywhere else, it's kind of hard to see actually. Like it just seems to blend into each other for some reason. So I'm not sure how they're achieving that. Okay, but it's cool. Here we have a array from the Evangelion. Right, look at that watercolor texture. Perfect. I mean, you can tell they did this digitally, but it has that really traditional vibe, which I do like. Now the proportions of Rei here, it's very similar to like classic anime. I'm not sure, do you say like 90s anime or something? Like the eyes are just a bit like, there's a certain look classic anime. Wait, let me see this. I haven't seen. I'm not sure who these are, but you can tell the approach is still the same. Look at the pencil lines, right? Some are darker, some are lighter. The texture is even obvious from this view. And then the watercolor wash-like effects. So freaking cool. And it if you average out like the lightness, it tends to be, well, on the lighter side. Like it's not that, I mean, you can have contrast like this, but the way it's painted, I feel like it has a bias, or it tends to be more on the lighter side. And I think that it contributes to that watercolor look when you have a lot of these like lighter strokes. I mean, you can do darker, more heavier colors or values with watercolor. I'm just saying that it's not as associated with those kinds of things. But yeah, very confident, very cool. I want to see this. Not true. I mean, look at how light this is. It's almost hard to see, but it's definitely there. Some pencil lines. And I think for the lines here, there's a bit of color, so maybe they added that afterward. The colors here, they're almost like pastel types of colors, right? But it still has a watercolor texture to it, or that wash-like feel. I'm not sure how they're achieving this effect. Like it's even hard to see the edge of these like brush strokes. So that would be very interesting to figure out. Oh, this guy, I forgot the guy's name. He's from Evangelion as well, but he's the semi. He seems very bisexual. Kind of hot actually. Again with the pencil strokes, I love the textures. Watercolor like as well. And if you look at the line, look at how loose it is. It's somewhat gestural, right? And the lines don't always connect. There's sort of a, like they allow some open edges to be there. And because they can compensate. For example, if you take away the color, it may not seem as complete, but you just add a bit of, even a basic local color or something, some shadows, and it can sort of complete the piece a bit more. Even if you have this kind of line work where it can be a bit scribbly, you can have some open edges. It's a lot more sketchy looking, but I don't mind it. I like it. I think pairing it with this kind of watercolor type of rendering, I think is really a good choice, right? It's very minimalistic. Look at that. I'm not sure what this is. Is this Evangelion? I don't think so. Now this one's a lot darker, stronger contrast. You have like a dark red orange thing happening here at the top. I do see a lot more hue variety. I see some violets, some pinks, some greens. So you're seeing the whole a spectrum of hues here. But look at the pencil strokes. They still allow that to be in the final piece. And look at how like quickly, not quickly, maybe quickly, but it's just not as cluttered. Like they don't rely on like hatching or anything like that. It's mostly on the contour lines or the outer lines. I'm not sure if this is like the first draft. It could be, who knows? Maybe the second draft, but it looks so nice. Here we have Ray and the gay bisexual guy. Now this one, they do have a base color for this dress of Ray. You can tell it's very solid blue. Interesting. Wait, who is this? Not sure who this guy is, but looks interesting as hell. Very light. It's almost hard to see, but yeah, they like that pencil look in their work. Interesting. This guy, now this one has like a black sort of silhouette, but when they're painting light values on top of it, that light value has some like watercolor kind of texture to it. Wow, even the shadows in the staircase, even the top part of the stairs, it's pretty cool. Wait a minute, I know this guy. It's from, it's like a futuristic anime. Oh my god, it's a cool anime. Oh, where the gun, like you have to be registered to the gun, and the society is like, or this specific city in Japan or whatever, it's ruled, managed by, it's not technically AI, but it's basically like a a collage, a system of brains, of actual human brains. People thought it was like an AI thing. Maybe it's a bit of that, but it's based on like these living brains. Basically, this super high IQ, high level of like psychopathy, whatever brains that are used to manage the society, right? I forgot the name. Psychopaths. Whoa! Oh wait, I think this guy disappeared. Hopefully he's not dead. I'm. I think he did die, but it was like he did not see it. So maybe in some. I'm wishing he's not dead. Anyway, I'm feeling bad now. Um, I'm guessing these white lines were drawn first in like the normal pencil way, and then they decided to like reverse the color of it so you can see it these outer lines, these contour lines against this black sort of silhouette. But pretty cool. Oh, we have like a piano. I want to see this because this one is in a black background. If you look at the brushwork, they still have some of those like watercolor like textures. Very painterly, very wash like, very transparent, lots of like opacity. No idea who this is. Wait, I think it could be from the Psychopaths. The first sort of, I think is sort of, he is a bad guy. Like, did he die? I don't think so. I think he survived. Or something. Right? Like he was able to escape. Is this like Genshin Impact? I'm not even sure. Looks cool. Looks very epic. I like how you still have this like lightness to it in terms of the colors, but the background is like totally contrast. I mean, just dark. And seeing the contrast between the background and this like very like light tinted watercolor pastel, heavenly kind of texture. And the light source is coming from the bottom, like the flooring. Very interesting. That's an interesting shot. Yeah, the femboy, or is it not femboy? The bisexual guy, or it's giving bisexual. I'm not sure what he is. He even human? I'm not even sure. No idea who this is, but yeah. So I'm gonna link this page in the description below, and yeah, I do recommend the fan art first to check out. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.